Now I will continue our last lecture of company meeting, where we have seen what is meeting, why the meeting is called, who have no authority to call a meeting of the company. And now we will see the very next second stage of company meetings. Now the second requirement of valid meeting is that a proper notice must be given to the proper person. Who will be called in the meeting? Shareholders are called. Then who are the other persons who are supposed to be the part of the meeting? That is decided and that is pre-decided, that is mentioned in Companies Act 2013, and accordingly the secretary has to send a notice to the required persons or who are the invitees. Okay, he will take the details about the persons to be called in the meeting from the board of directors, and then he will issue a notice. But what is notice? The notice of a meeting is an advance written intimation containing date, time and place given by a company to all those who are entitled to receive. Means what should be the contents of the notice? What should be mentioned in the notice? Type of meeting, whether it is a general meeting, annual general meeting or an extraordinary general meeting, that type of meeting must be mentioned in the notice. Secondly, the exact date, time and place of the meeting is mentioned in the notice. Then the agenda of the meeting and contains a statement that member is entitled to appoint proxy, that is also mentioned in the notice. Then what is the fourth point? If any special resolution is to be passed, it must be mentioned as a special resolution in the notice. Okay. For example, appointment of a director. That is a something, what do you say, special cause. Maybe for that reason the meeting is called up, the general meeting is called up. Then in that case, it must be mentioned in the notice that special resolution related to the appointment of the director is decided, and for that reason this meeting is called. That must be mentioned in the meeting, that notice, correct. Then in case of special business to be transacted, statutory note and explanatory statement must be given in the notice. See, notice is such an important document which must be sent to the members, to the investors or to the shareholders or the members, which or what contents should be entered in that specific notice must be very clear and understandable, correct. So these are the contents. Now this is the chart about company meetings. First, shareholder meetings, then director meetings, and then creditors meeting. That meeting has been shifted here. Actually it is creditors meeting. Now shareholders meeting is again divided into two parts, general meeting and class meeting. Then general meeting is again divided into annual general meeting and extraordinary general meeting. General meeting is also called by the company at the same time. Maybe there is annual general meeting or extraordinary general meeting. Then class meeting is called. Then board meeting is there, which is within the board of directors only. Then committee meeting is there. Okay, the company might have 2 or 3 committees. Then for those only the committee meetings are arranged. But at actual in running the business or in a real situation, only 3 meetings which are generally called, arranged or fixed by the company, that is general meeting, then annual general meeting. If the company is not arranging general meeting, then at least they must, or it is compulsory for the organization to call annual general meeting and then extraordinary general meeting, correct. So this chart shows the details regarding company. Now we will see what is general meeting. These are the meetings of equity shareholders of the company. General meeting is related to the equity shareholder, that you need to understand, correct. There are 2 types of general meetings. One is annual general meeting, second is extraordinary general meeting. Now annual general meeting, the meeting which is held once in a year, that is why it is called annual. So annual general meeting is a meeting of equity shareholders which is held once in a year, once in every financial year, means from March to April. Financial year starts with March and with April, 1st March to 31st April. So within that period this meeting is arranged or this meeting is called. Now why? What are the purpose behind the Annual general meeting. Annual general meeting of shareholder is held once in a year to review the progress made by the company during the financial year and to discuss and take the decisions on various issues such as to adopt annual accounts, directors' reports, auditors' reports, then to declare dividends. For these reasons, the meeting is called to elect directors in place of retiring directors. If any new director is going to be joined in the meeting, then in that case, annual general meeting is called. Then to appoint auditors and fix their remuneration. Even in that case, even in case of fixing remuneration, remuneration means what? Salary, the monthly income that individual is earning, that is called remuneration. Then to review the progress and performance of the company. These are the purposes for calling the annual general meeting. Now, extraordinary general meeting. What is extraordinary general meeting? The meeting which is held to discuss and decide special or urgent matter is called as extraordinary general meeting. Correct? When there is something special or urgent, in that case, company is gathering, company is arranging extraordinary general meeting. Such special matters which are transacted in EOGM are called special business. Okay, extraordinary general meeting. AGM को क्या कहा जाता है? Annual general meeting. Then EGM means extraordinary general meeting and extraordinary general meeting, and one is general meeting. Correct? So these are the where in case the general meeting is called. The purposes of extraordinary general meeting is are like it held to take immediate decisions on some important issues of the company, like alteration in memorandum of association, alterations in articles of association, renewal of director before expiry, renewal of auditor before expiry. Expiry means before completing their duration, their span in the working of the company, that is called expiry of their term. Okay, many times in big companies, in MNCs or in multinational companies or in modern businesses, what happens? The tenure or the span of the employees are written. That is called bond. A bond is written, or a bond, it is compulsory for an employee to give in written that I will continue in your organization, say for a year or for 2 years. That is the bond which a company is taking from the employees. So if you are breaking, means if the employee is living on his own will and wish, then there are other terms and conditions. Otherwise, you need to give 30 days notice, 60 days notice or 90 days notice before leaving that organization. Otherwise, your remuneration, your salary will be deducted by the company. And in that bond, certain terms and conditions, certain rules are written, and accordingly you have to work in that organization. If you are leaving, if you are breaking that bond, it means you have break the rule, the policy of the company, then you have to face, or you have to pay the penalty if you are leaving the company before giving any notice or before giving any information. See, renewal is from the employer side, and if you are leaving the organization on your own will and wish, that is different. If the company is removing the director and if the company wants to appoint a new director, in that case, extraordinary general meeting is called. Likewise, in case of auditor, if the company wants to remove the old auditor and want to appoint a new auditor, in that case, they are calling the extraordinary general meeting. Then voluntary winding up of the company. If the company is getting closed down, in case of winding up, okay, the company is arranging extraordinary general meeting. Now, the difference between, or the, what you say, annual general meeting versus extraordinary general meeting, means when this meeting is called and when this meeting is called, means AGM or EGM. AGM must be held by a company within 9 months of the end of every financial year to discuss various business matters within the members, while EGM has no such requirement. Extraordinary general meeting is generally called for some special reason or on any urgent requirement, if any, by the company. But AGM must be held. It is compulsory to arrange the AGM within 9 months at the end of every financial year, whereas there is no compulsion in case of AGM. Then AGM can be called only for a special agenda or a situation or a crisis requiring urgent attention of the members, while an AGM can be called for any ordinary or special reason. AGM can be held at a national holiday and outside business hours, which is not the case of AGM. Okay, AGM can be held even on the national holiday, but AGM cannot held or AGM cannot take place or company cannot call any AGM on a national holiday like 15th August or 26th January. These are the national holidays. For example, other holidays also. Bank holiday is also called a national. So an extraordinary general meeting is a meeting held by a company to deliberate upon matters that require the urgent attention of senior executives, board of directors, and all shareholders, and cannot be deferred till the next scheduled annual general meeting. Okay, this is the what you say point, or this is the issue related to extraordinary general meeting, when it is held by the company to deliberate upon matters that requires urgent attention of the senior executives. Okay, like directors, managing directors, or any of the what you say managing body people, board of director people, they want to inform something to the board of directors which is very special or which is very urgent. In that case, EGM is held or EGM can be called. Then according to the Indian Companies Act 2013, EGM can be conveyed by the board as well as by specific members, shareholders of the company that fulfills the certain criteria. Usually EGM is conducted by chairman who reads out the resolution, addresses the questions and concerns of the members, oversees the voting and declares the result. Okay. Here you need to understand any general reason or within the 9 months of the end of every financial year, AGM is must or AGM must be arranged by the company, whereas nothing is compulsory in case of EGM. AGM can only be convened by the board of directors of the company, while AGM can additionally be called on the request of the members as detailed above. So here we will stop, and here we have completed our unit 3, and company meeting was the last point or last content of unit 3, and in the next lecture I will start your unit 4. Thank you.